Hello YouTube, welcome to my channel. My name is Brian and I'd like to introduce myself. When I first started this channel, I just started by making some videos here and there about little how-to things. But I've done that. I haven't done it as much as I'd like to, but I've also found that there's a lot of people on YouTube that are doing the same thing, but they're doing it better. I'm pretty new to this. I may not have the best equipment. I may not be the most articulate person, but I do try. Some of the things that I've done, some people, I guess, aren't very interested in because I don't have very many views on some of those things. So I'm changing the focus of my channel. So let me tell you what and why. So I am a visually impaired, partially sighted, legally blind person. And I have to do things different than a lot of people. And there's some things I can't do, but most of the stuff I can and do with my, some say disability. It's more of a challenge to me. But I do a lot of things. And one of my passions, my biggest passion, is cycling. I've always been a big mountain biker. And people are going to say, well, how can you mountain bike when you can't see? I do it a little bit different. What I do is I mountain bike each time according to how well I can see. So back to what my being able to see issue. The doctors say I have like 2400 vision, but that changes depending on the light condition in the day, so, or where the sun is. So some days, most of the time when I'm riding the trails, I can see the trails. I can see the trail in front of me, but I can't pick out some of the features or details in the trail. Some days when it's overcast and cloudy, then there's just a lot of glare. I can only see 5-10 feet in front of me, and on those days I do ride pretty slow, but I still ride. On sunny days where the sun's directly above me, I can see better, but I lose contrast. So I lose the ability to see rocks, big rocks and stuff like that. So on those days, I ride a little slower, or my normal pace. On some bright sunny days where the sun's off to the side a little bit, and there's just a little bit of shadows on everything, and I can see well, as well as I can, then I ride a little faster. I do ride the trails that I ride a lot. So some of the trails I've ridden hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. And so I know pretty much where all the things I need to worry about are. So I can slow down. I do still get off my bike and walk over some obstacles. And some obstacles I've walked 50-60 times before I try them for the first time. And in fact, there was one obstacle on one of the trails that I walked down for 2 years before I tried riding it the first time for myself. And in fact, that wasn't until after I saw some people ride it and then walked it over and over and over again, and just looked at the trail and looked at the trail and looked at the trail before I rode it. So I do, depending on my vision and the light and stuff, I do ride according to my eyesight. This year, this has been a really wet, cold, it's towards the end of the May, and it's still, we were at 57 degrees yesterday. Very snowy. So this year I I came into I had a bonus at work, so I was able to find a used road bike, and I've been riding the road bike more this year than I have the mountain bike. The road bike, same thing. The better I can see, the faster I'll go. Sometimes I do ride real slow, just because afraid that something's going to be in the road in front of me that wasn't there yesterday. One of the good things about where I live, though, is we have a trail system that I can catch 2.5 miles from my house, and it goes 32 miles in one direction and a few miles in the other direction, but then I can catch roads and whatnot that'll get me to the other section of that in the next town over, and that's about 14 miles in the opposite direction. I live in Grand Junction, so we have the Colorado National Monument that we can ride. We are a pretty cycling friendly town, and I really appreciate that. This year, one of my goals is to do a 100-mile day. I am fortunate that my next door neighbor, he likes to ride. He loves to ride. He's got the same passion that I do. So we can go out together, and he can kind of be my eyes. Last week, I rode in a club ride. Not a club ride, it was a shop ride next town over in Fruita. I went with them, did a fast 40-mile ride, and that was pretty fun. So with the goal of a 100-mile ride this year, I thought it would be interesting, cool, fun to share my story. So I'm going to be progressing as, go doing further, longer rides. And I intend to put videos up about that and some of my mountain biking. I'll be going over gear that I use. I do a lot of commuting. I do everything on one of my bicycles. I go everywhere, so I have a pretty good handle on commuting, and I've got some tips and stuff for bicycle commuting and mountain biking. And so that's kind of where I want to go with my channel right now, is getting into the cycling, having people follow me along, answering questions, asking questions about people with disabilities such as mine and their ability to function in society and enjoy life and have a good time and do what they love. So hopefully you guys will follow along with me and enjoy. I'll pick up some subscribers, and we'll see where this goes. Have a great day.